comes to specificity for MMA training, it's a word that gets thrown around a lot. And the biggest problem that I see with a lot of these fighters is they look for specificity and specific looking exercises when they're in the gym, but they don't apply principles of specificity to their actual combat training. It doesn't make any sense to me, because what we do in training is what's going to transfer into the cage. If I'm focusing on my training in the gym, whatever I do in the gym is not going to be as specific as training MMA. Training MMA, what I do in sparring, is what's going to transfer most into the cage, because the sparring is the most similar to what I'm doing in the cage. So that should be the most specific practice that you have all week long, and maybe it's multiple practices. In a fight camp, your sparring should be the most specific it possibly can be to the fight. So what that means is, instead of focusing on sport-specific looking exercises, like throwing medicine balls that look like punching and doing things that look like punching or kicking, which a lot of that stuff some of it has its place, some of it is just crap. Instead of focusing on that, let's think about applying specificity to our sparring practices or our actual practices. And what that means is, when you get in and you're gonna fight, you're gonna get picked up, you're probably gonna have to check in 2 to 3 hours before your fight. You're gonna be in the locker room, you're gonna be hanging out, killing time, you're gonna be watching some other fights, you're gonna warm up probably 45 minutes, 30 minutes out of your fight, you're probably gonna hit mitts, you're gonna do all of these different things. However, when you go to sparring, most of you guys show up 4 minutes before you start, you wrap up, you walk around and do some neck circles and some shoulder circles, and then you start sparring. And you probably start off slow in the first round because your body's not warmed up and ready to go. Even if it's warm in the gym, your nervous system's not firing at its full potential. Your reactions are not happening on their full potential. So you take this warm-up round where you get your body warm and loose, but you don't go full speed. So therefore, we still haven't gotten your nervous system ready to fire at full speed. And then you wonder why then you get warmer for the second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, maybe you do 6 rounds. Then you go fight a 3-round fight and you wonder why you're starting slow. You're starting slow because you're training your body to start slow. You should be applying all of those principles of specificity to your sparring practice. Go to sparring an hour before you start. Go through your specific warm-up that you're gonna do on fight night. Focus and visualize in your mind the way you will on fight night. Prepare your mind and your body the exact way you're going to prepare it on fight night. Spar at the same time you're going to be fighting on fight night. The more you can do these things, the more likely those practices are to transfer over. If I just go in and I just think, oh, I'm just gonna fight here, and I'm not practicing those things, and then I'll put it all together on fight night, it's not gonna happen. You may still go out and win, but you're not gonna be transferring things over the most efficiently. So take those principles of specificity. They're simple practices. They're simple routines. It requires a little bit of extra work to show up early and do this stuff, to do the stuff that's not a lot of fun, to do the stuff that a lot of other guys probably aren't doing. Because you're gonna be the weird one who's there an hour early when these other guys show up 2 minutes before and they do some neck circles and they spar. But you will be optimizing your training, and I guarantee you, you will have a slight edge in your potential every single time you step into the cage, because we've removed that level of novelty to fight night and we've applied these principles to practice so that it will transfer over onto fight night. Try that out. Let me know how it goes. I guarantee you it's going to work.